Hey there, this is the Marvelous Mrs. Maker for Coquette.ish Knits, and today we're learning how to do a cable cast-on. For this tutorial, I'm using a Spiral Staircase Cowl that needs an I-cord bind-off, and before we can do our I-cord bind-off, we need to use the cable cast-on to cast on 3 stitches. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. To begin, insert your needle in between the first and second stitch on your needle as if to knit. Notice that you are not inserting the needle into a stitch, but rather in between 2 stitches. Now, wrap your working yarn around your needle and knit a stitch as you normally would without removing the first stitch from your needle. Now, you're going to move the stitch that you just made to the other needle, making sure not to twist the stitch when you slip it on. You now have 1 cable cast-on stitch on your needle. To cable cast on another stitch, insert your needle in between the first and second stitch on your needle as if to knit. Notice that this means you'll be inserting your needle in between your first cable cast-on stitch and your original first stitch. Again, knit a stitch as you normally would without removing the first stitch from your needle. Move the stitch you just made to the other needle without twisting it. Repeat this process until you've cast on the number of stitches that your pattern calls for. I'll show you one more time. Insert your needle between the first and second stitch. Wrap your yarn and knit a stitch. And move it to your other needle without twisting. I now have 3 cable cast-on stitches and am ready to begin my I-cord bind-off.